Hey guys, I just got home from work. That's why the shade is on my face. I'm in my car. I want to shoot a video like this because I want to talk about some things that my mind is still trying to wrap around some ideas. I think that's why I can't really make like an explainer type video where I know what I'm talking about, because I don't. But there are two concepts I'm really trying to implement into my life. The two being how the body has two modes. I've been learning a bit about longevity, and how to live longer. And in my curiosity about that, I've learned a lot about how the body and mind actually work. I really think laterally. I really relate concepts. Like one concept that might seem unrelated to another, I try to draw connections between them. So the one I'm thinking about is how the body, when trying to live longer, has two modes, or when trying to live in general, has two modes. The one is like survival mode. Basically, if you're hungry, your body will activate what are called sirtuins. I don't know how well proven the science is on this, but I've been listening to a longevity scientist named David Sinclair. I really try to avoid like, crackpot scientists who are just, just spouting stuff. I do try to listen to scientists take things with a grain of salt and with some level of skepticism. But the things he's explaining, the logic seems sound and the experimentation seems sound. So what he's talking about is how when the body is basically one of the only proven strategies for living longer is caloric restriction. And if you do things like fasting or starving your body for a little while, basically your body is entering the mode where it's like, okay, I have to survive longer so that I can find food. So your body actually can live longer until it finds food. The body will activate repair mechanisms, give you better healing, better recovery. But one thing your body loses is like actually fertility, muscle growth, like growth and fertility. Your body will actually lose that. So you'll get skinnier. Your energy levels will actually still be pretty good because your body is like activating stress hormones to make sure you pursue your goals and pursue your food. And then when your body's relaxed, let's say you've eaten a lot, you're in a relaxed state, you're not stressed about anything, your body will like get fatter, but also, maybe develop more muscle growth. I'm not sure about like when the body does the muscle growth thing, if it's in times of stress or if it's in times of relaxation. But basically, there's a repair and recover mode of your body, and there's a grow and reproduce mode of your body. So there's like an adaptation mode, which is the repair and recover mode, and there's an optimization mode where it's like your body is going to grow and reproduce. So fertility is actually higher when you have a higher fat content, and when you have a higher, I think in women at least. In men, I'm not really sure. But basically those two modes of the body is something that I've been really trying to wrap my head around. And how that applies to things like work and being an artist, is like, I've been really trying to figure out, that's like the body, right? But I've also been trying to figure out my career, and those things apply in really any skill, not just living and living longer. So the body has built-in mechanisms to do that. But even in something more abstract like my career path, I can do things like optimize the current system so that it can grow. And like basically whatever current system of work I have, I can get better at it and specialize, or I can adapt and really try to look for other ways to get basically resources, which is what the body does. And I guess in a way I do both. And one thing about me in particular, I don't really enjoy having two systems. I like only having one. But I guess what I'm trying to do now is have an adaptable system where if there are weaknesses in the system, then there's a protocol to know when to pursue adaptations. So if I figure something out, let's say I have a system, let's say art commissions, for example. I'm already in a way trying to transition out of art commissions. I made a video about that already. There's a lot of weaknesses in doing that system. Without having to explain that, I want to move on toward art sales, which is something I'm weak in. I'm not great in marketing. I'm not great at knowing like product market fit. Like I don't know what products to make that will, sell. is very unpredictable to know. I just came back home from SAC Anime, where a lot of the prints that sold are things that I never really intended to be sellable. Of course, there are some that sold that I'm like, oh yeah, I think this will sell. But a lot of them that sell is like, oh, I really had no idea. Like some funny pieces that I made as a joke actually sold a lot, and those things are sold out. So that's like one thing I'm trying to search for in my career. And also something like SPR, for example, Super Psychic Royale, a game and webcomic I want to make. I don't know if it's good. It seems that when people see it, like at the convention, they're very receptive to it. Like maybe this will sell. Maybe a lot of people will want to support it. Or maybe those are like a small minority of people who actually notice. I'm not really sure. I trust that it's good because I like it. And it's my passion project. But is it going to sell? Is it going to make money? I don't know. So, that's like, it's actually, so I'm learning that it's inherently risky because it takes time to spend energy on making those things. And the time and energy thing is like the one, I guess, core, value or core thing that sort of brings it all together. Again, these are concepts I'm still wrapping around, and I want to be able to have a strong grasp of these concepts, so when I implement them and implement that system into my life, whether it's through my daily routines or in my own meditation or my mind, the way I think, or whether it's through a system I build in Excel, it's all connected really. I just want to have a singular implementation of an adaptable system, one that can optimize when needed, it can grow when needed, or repair and adapt and pursue other ways, other paths when needed. And when to switch between those modes. Maybe it is one singular mode that is, yeah, instead of having to think about when to switch between those modes, if I can have a singular like brain state that can do both, I think that would be really ideal. So yeah, this is kind of what I'm trying to wrap my head around. Again, this might seem very vague, but if some of you can, I'm happy that you're listening. And if you have any comments about how I can frame this more simply, I'm going to be thinking about this a lot. I know I have to sit on complex thoughts for a long time. Basically, the world is very complex, and I'm trying to simplify the way my brain can operate. If there's one thing that sort of brings it all together, it's momentum. Momentum, like not just the abstract concept of momentum, but like literal momentum, the literal like physical use of energy. You can feel it when you have it. When you have momentum, you can feel, some people call it flow state. But even apart from flow state, even if you're just doing something like running, you can feel your body heating up. And let's say, for example, I want to use Smash Bros, for example. I'm really good at Smash Bros. It might be my strongest talent that I've spent the most time on. Gaming is something that's been ingrained to my head as a kid. I probably have a talent in gaming. Unfortunately, I didn't make it as a career because it's just very, very difficult to compete in that field. But in Smash Bros, I actually burn calories when I play, I think, because when I play, I start to sweat. Even if the weather's cold, I will sweat. And it's just my hands moving, really. I'm just focused. My hands are moving, but my brain is moving at a high. I feel like my brain has a lot of functioning, high function when I'm playing. And for some reason, I just burn calories. I feel myself sweat. I'm breathing hard, and your body burns calories when you're sweating and breathing hard. It gets rid of calories, through waste product, going pee and poo and all that, but also by sweating and breathing. So those in a way are waste products. So yeah, all that said, like I want to have an adaptable system. I want to feel the flow in it. I want to get momentum. I know these are like things that we do all the time, but I'm just trying to turn it into like a single surefire arrow shot. Like I can go in a straight line. Like a guided missile, I guess. A guided missile. You shoot the missile and it goes really fast, but it pursues the goal at a consistent momentum, and it also adapts to the goal if the goal moves. So that's what I want it to be. I want to be like a guided missile. I think that I'll keep that image in my mind. I just thought of it right now. I'll keep that image in my mind and allow that to, that's what I want to be. Yeah, that's all. I know I've been kind of all over the place with my words, but that's where my brain is at right now, guys. And thank you for listening. I'll talk to you guys soon. I know I'm behind on the videos, but I will catch up. Don't worry. All right. See you guys later. Bye-bye.